I'm so glad we're still on good terms. It's Friday, so you know what that means. Let's welcome tonight's guest. By law, he has to introduce himself to his neighbors. Host of Jim Norton Can't Save You, comedian Jim Norton. And congratulate this woman for winning the Miss Cracker Barrel pageant. Co-host of The Bottom Line on Fox Business, Tegan McDowell. She talks so fast, she has to wear flame-proof lip gloss. Co-host of Outnumbered, Emily Campagno. And when he jogs, he wears old ladies as ankle weights. Former NWA World Champion, host of Planet Tyrus podcast. All right. Before we get to some news stories, let's do this.
Greg's Leftovers.
Yes, it's Leftovers, where I read the jokes we didn't use this week. And as always, it's my first time reading them. So if they suck, we'll send Joe Mackey to Davos dressed as a hooker. Yeah. So according to a new report, the U.S. murder rate has plunged to the lowest level in over 100 years. I'll try harder, said one woman. To celebrate America's 250th birthday, the auction house Christie's is going to sell off some of our country's most iconic documents, including a copy of the Declaration of Independence, which could sell for $5 million, narrowly beating out one president's birth certificate. Still got to find it. The inventor of the suicide pod just revealed a new feature that will allow couples to die simultaneously, causing one man to say, "If I'm not there in 5 minutes, start without me, honey." You could see him doing that. On the East Coast, shoppers are stocking up on basic supplies ahead of this massive Arctic storm. The most popular item, cheap firewood.
Oh, wow.
It's true. Even in New York City, everyone's getting ready for the snow. For instance, earlier today, I walked through the park and saw a squirrel salting his nuts. Stupid. Jared Kushner unveiled plans for a high-tech city to be built in Gaza once the terrorists disarm. If successful, Americans may believe he can do the same thing for Minneapolis. Makes you think, doesn't it? And thinking hurts. Hundreds of pet rats were discovered in a condemned Long Island house, and volunteers are now scrambling to find them new homes. One man said he had space for 6. It's impressive. Impressive.
How long has this been?
Yeah, like 30 years.
At some point, man, you gotta...
PETA, the animal rights group, is calling for Puxatawny Phil, the world's most famous groundhog, to be swapped out for a hologram, hoping that the real groundhog can return to its natural habitat inside Richard Gere's ass.
It never gets old.
The statute of limitations.
There is none with animal butt sex. To show how safe the city is, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey posted a video of him jogging. It later turned out he was really running from Somali pirates. A Delaware school bus driver was arrested for picking up a prostitute and having sex with her on the bus. But before you judge, he did put the stop sign out. A recent study found that walking for 10 minutes a day may lower the risk of early death, especially if it's away from one woman. I guess those are getting worn out, huh? The crime-themed restaurant that offers the final meals of notorious serial killers is opening a second location in Michigan. I don't recommend Jeffrey Dahmer's selection. I know, it's Arby's. New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani joined The View on Tuesday. I know. Turns out Muslims have no problem talking to pork. Never fails. Jennifer Lopez was spotted handing cash to a homeless man on Tuesday. Then he tried to take shelter under her ass. A Canadian OnlyFans model said she got a coveted American visa due to her extraordinary talent of possessing big boobs. In a related story, here's the new guy in charge of giving out visas. And finally, in Manhattan, a pervert was photographed on the subway wearing a metal cage that barely covered his genitals. Thankfully, he made bail just in time for this show. All right.
Oh, my God.
Monologue. So a new study found out which pro sports leagues lean left or right. The most Republican, Major League Baseball at 54%. Of course, Major League Baseball would have the most Republicans since they're so good at throwing people out. The NHL, just 6% liberal. No surprise. Liberals hate ice. Thank you. The most left-wing was the WNBA at 68%, which makes sense. I mean, they're mostly women.
Mostly.
And
Mostly.
only 10% of the players in the NBA are Republican. Coincidentally, they're the same 10% who can't jump. But it seems conservatives in those leagues are harder to find than Dana Perino in a bowl of rice. The NFL, 34% are liberal with 20% leaning right. And get this, defensive players are overwhelmingly Democrat. No surprise, since they're always trying to stop each other's progress. And always trying to steal the ball. And what about soccer, you ask? Sorry, this survey focused only on sports. But
Wow.
But it's strange seeing so many rich competitors swinging left. It makes you wonder, how can you believe in one set of beliefs on the field that is so rigidly rules-based while embracing another off the field that isn't? Sports are intrinsically right-wing. You keep score, there's accountability, there's hard work, and yes, showering. And there's competition. After all, the goal is to beat other people. And Democrats only do that at their mostly peaceful protests. Fact is, sports is the last great meritocracy left on Earth. The best players get to start, the best players make more money. The worst, the best thing they can hope for is sex with a Kardashian. In fact, if you applied left-wing values to sport, you'd have no sport. No winning, no losing. They just calculate the score by tallying up which team has the most bisexuals. Fact is, the only reason why pro athletes are Democrats is because they can easily afford it, making them no different than wealthy entertainers and politicians who are immune to the policies that you have to endure. High crime doesn't matter. They can tweet to fund the police because they live in a gated community with more cameras than a Japanese tourist at the Grand Canyon. High taxes, they got creative accountants to deal with that. And so what if millions still go to scams? It's still less than they spend on their Shark Tank, sex boats, and child support.
Hey.
Sorry. Now, the share of independents in this study across all leagues was 41%, meaning they're probably conservative, because like Brian Kilmeade's family, they'd rather not admit it. But it seems sports with a lot of minorities tend to be Democrats, which mirrors society. But I'd be more interested in seeing what retired athletes think when they are no longer getting huge salaries and taxes matter more and the glare of the media spotlight is no longer on them. But on the field where reality matters, there is no leftism and no DEI either. There's no equity, no inclusion, and most of all, no diversity. Because if that was the case, I'd be starting forward for the Lakers. And LeBron James would be at Fox making fun of Kilmeade and peeing next to Brit Hume. A lot of people don't know this, Jim, but you were quite the athlete in college, and it's good to see you didn't let yourself go.
Thank you very much, Greg. Yes. I was captain of the women's volleyball team.
Yes.
I told them, but I'm not a woman, and then they stripped me nude and they debated.
Are you surprised by these numbers at all?
Yeah, I was surprised the other way. Like there were so many independents.
Yes.
Which I liked seeing. Like all of them were independents, like a huge hunk. I was shocked at seeing how many people. There was less Democrats than I actually thought there were going to be, except for the WNBA. WNBA should be a little bit more Republican because Trump did get that. Who's the big tall lady in Russia?
Yeah, Brittany Griner.
Brittany Grimes.
Yeah.
Griner, yeah, whatever Grimes, whatever her name is. He got her out of jail, and you figure more of them would have come around.
Yeah.
But when it comes to sport, I never really care about the politics. I don't care about their feelings about any issues. I don't care about any. Just play and shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
Talk about it in your off time, but I don't need to see it on the field.
Exactly. Unfortunately, they do bring it onto the field, Dagan. You know, they kneel and stuff like that. Why do you think athletes lean left when sports is so merit-based?
I was surprised that more of them didn't lean left in this survey. To Jim's point, that even 30% of the WNBA was independent. And I think it goes to, you got to make a lot of money when you're young. You got to win, avoid injury, but you need endorsements. So you're not why piss off half your fan base and say, I'm a Democrat? It's like, there's a famous story about Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I know.
No, it's not the one you think of. I bring good when I'm on this show. I'm not going to repeat some old lame-ass story. 85, Michael Jordan was the Coca-Cola spokesman, and some douche asked him, new Coke or traditional Coke? And he said, Coke is Coke. Both taste great. So both Republicans and Democrats taste great if you're trying a sports figure.
But he lied because New Coke tasted terrible.
Yeah, I know. But you got to lie if you're in sport. But, you know, if they included my favorite sports, NASCAR, PBA, Pro Bowlers Association, and MILF, Major League Fishing.
Oh.
It would have.
Yeah. That's what I thought
the
it
whole
was.
world of sport would skew MAGA.
Is there such thing as Major League Fishing?
Yes.
Wow.
Bass.
Really?
Big mouth and small mouth.
Oh, yeah.
That also works with MILFs, too.
You would know. So, Emily, it kind of reminds. Oh, by the way, you were a cheerleader. A lot of people don't know this. You were a major football cheerleader for the Raiders, LA or Oakland?
Oakland.
Oakland. What was it? Did you ever know their politics?
Only people that I was friends with, which I feel like sort of is how we are in general. You know the politics of your friends that you're either close with or that share it with you. I have to point out that this study is super limited. Like they surveyed 1,500 athletes, and granted, at the pro level of those leagues, there's only about 4,500, but they also only looked at 23 states. So I feel like we were dealing with a tiny sampling, and all of that is just the American athletes. Like, look at the NHL and the MLB, which has so many international athletes that are playing in it.
Yeah, I doubt those Cuban players are liberal.
Well, I'll say this. I think that what would be interesting is all of those decision makers, for example, behind the multi-million-dollar virtue signaling of the NFL, like choose love on the helmet and lives matter in the end zone and all of that BS, the amount of money that they put to just check a box while not actually engaging in something substantive, like where are those politics? Because I would bet you that the decision makers at these leagues, with all the money that they're making and all the reality that they have to face with regulations and where they reside and all the stuff, that they would probably be totally Republican. But they're virtue signaling, saying like, okay, guys, yeah, we got to do the woke stuff. So I feel like the hypocrisy would be at that leadership level.
Yeah, it's like what Dagan said about like you want to get the endorsements too. So sometimes you have to virtue signal. You know what? I look at LeBron James, Tyrus, and I do look at him a lot. Sometimes when I'm alone. It's like imagine being the world's best heart surgeon who eats every day at McDonald's because you were too busy to study or focus on nutrition because it was all about sport. Isn't that kind of the way it is with politicians? I mean, not politicians, athletes, is that they were so focused that they really don't know what they're doing politically.
Well, they just like anybody else, they go where the money is. And unfortunately, the Fox News commercials aren't paying what Nike's paying. So.
You mean
Makes
William
sense.
Devane isn't making what?
Yeah, there's no Reflexol or whatever the hell it is. You guys know. What are the commercials you guys like to watch? Yeah, you guys watch too much damn TV. Turn it off.
No, don't turn it off. What are you doing, Tyrus?
Well, they got to watch this to get the message. So, but you know, and it's life mimics art. Life also mimics sports. The only liberal organization is the one that doesn't make any money, the WNBA. So that's always how it is. But these athletes, you come into the league, and then if you want to make money, you got to. For a while, you had to go woke.
Yeah.
You had to do the commercials, and look how much attention Kaepernick got.
Yeah.
So it's very hard. They're not really Democrats and Republicans. They're opportunists, and I don't necessarily fault them for getting it when they do. The point is once they become set and veterans, then you start to see it coming out.
Yes.
Once they started making money and they see taxes and they had to deal with the virtue signaling, then they start to come out, and then all of a sudden they're super conservative, just like everybody else. Everyone's a Democrat till they get their first real check.
Yeah.
And then when they see all the money being taken from it, and when you're doing all these commercials and you're doing all these things and you're getting exploited after a while, you get tired of that. So
yeah.
I think that athletes get put in a tough position because just doing a Coke commercial shouldn't have to do anything with politics, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah. I guess that's why hockey players are conservative early on, because they get those checks. I know. I know.
Hey, the fact that he used that in the right way and it wasn't sexual, applaud him.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. You make it worthwhile.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.